Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with day 22 of Follow a Sketch February, a hop started by Sandy, which is Scrapping Reflections on Facebook or State Goddess here on YouTube. And we are using a sketch by Karen Gerber for Sketchabilities. And I'm going to document Halloween. It is a really cool sketch and could be used for tons and tons of things. I'm going to use this All Seasons 2 by A Paper Studio. Never used this, just opened it up. And then I have a ton of Halloween. This isn't even all of them. Stickers and embellishments. I really want to get some of these used. So I'm going to work really hard on getting some of that stuff on this layout. And then I have this stencil I got from Temu. It's got spiders and webs on it. And I'm going to use my Black Soot Distress Oxide by Tim Holtz. So I have my papers, my embellishments, my mixed media, and my stencil, my pictures, and the sketch. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so, excuse me. I'm putting this up here at the top only because, well, and the way I put it up here, I knew I was going to be trimming the edges off so that it would be flush with the corner. But I didn't want to get ink all over my table, so I went ahead and had it come down a little. And I love this stencil. It's a lot of fun. I have another, like, Halloween-y kind of spooky stencil, but it's got big spaces in it, and I really wanted to get, like the spider webs especially in here because it kind of reflects better to the way the sketch is. Like there's kind of like a really cool pattern in the background in the top right and the bottom left corner. So I decided I would stick with that same concept and use the spider web of the spiders. Now the spiders are going to get, a lot of that's going to get covered up, but the spider web will still be visible once the layout is done, and a little bit of the spiders like right on the edge, so I'm good with that. You never know unless like you are one of those that meticulously plans things out so you know pretty much exactly how it's going to turn out. I give you kudos because that's not my style. I can't do that. Like I've done it before with like very intricate, very specific kinds of layouts that have to kind of be laid out in a specific, very, very specific way. But typically I wing it, and that's what I'm doing right here. Like I didn't measure how long the pictures are going to be, other than like I kind of gauged that they're a little like 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So I figured that they would fit in this space. If they didn't, I would have figured something out. So I'm looking for an orange to back the whole thing. I pulled maybe 5 different papers out of this paper pad. Use this polka dot one as a base, and then because it's a thin, very thin paper, I wanted to go ahead and put another paper back there that's cardstock. So I thought, well, instead of just using one and covering the whole thing with this polka dot paper, I'll trim it very, very little. Like, I think I trimmed a 1/4 inch. So it's got like 1/8 of an inch or something around it. And then I just found the orange that worked best for what I wanted. So there are like 2 shades of orange, like an orangey yellow and an orange on that striped paper in the background. And so I am using 2 different shades of orange. Like I matted my pictures in the pumpkin paper and then double matted it in this orange. And it's not as noticeable here, like on this video, because I'm looking at it on a small phone. And so it's not like as big, but like in person, it's obvious to me that there is a thinner mat behind there. So I'm going to use these spiders. My best friend is not in any of these pictures. She is petrified of those. So I try very hard to keep the pink and the spiders away from her. But I'm going to use some of those on here. I have 4 in this sticker sheet. I don't know. I'm looking to see if I can find them. I don't know how old these things are, but they're old. Like some of these stickers and embellishments, like the bat branding strip over there on the side, that is from 2011. That's the date on the packaging. Some of these are from 2006. They are Miss Elizabeth's from the dollar store when it was literally called the Dollar Tree, and the date on the back of it says 2006. There is not a date on the back of these spiders, but I have had them for a very, very long time. Like, very long time. So I know that some of these things are 2006. So it's that's pretty old. Now these two hot dogs that I put on here, not that old. Those are less than a couple years, I would assume. And then that pumpkin, the little boy dressed as a pumpkin, that is from a Jolie's EK Success. It's called Costume Parade. And my grandson, in that top picture on the right, my nephew is holding my grandson in a pig costume. And my grandson is wearing a pumpkin costume. So I thought this is a perfect time to finally use that embellishment. And I just put it right there in front of them because it's not covering anything. The hot dogs are on there because that's what my sister and brother-in-law hand out for Halloween. They have like hot dogs. Normally they have it set up outside and it's on a grill and they cook things as people come. But this was like set up inside because it was just terrible weather. They still handed out quite a few hot dogs. I think if it was nice weather, they probably would have given them all out. But they do candy and drinks and chips and and the hot dog. It's hysterical and great. And we went over to help. AJ was tons of help. He handed out lots of candy. But anyway, so that's what the pictures are of. 3 of them have AJ in them, but he's kind of like really in the background a little bit more. That top picture is my daughter, her boyfriend, and their friend dressed up. And then there is a picture at the bottom of my niece pup and my nephew pup, and they are also dressed up. So, and then my brother-in-law feeding AJ. So, but I'm just going to do a little bit of embellishing. I did put a 5th picture on here, which is not on the sketch because I wanted to use all 5 of these. And I thought where that cluster and that little layer of things in the bottom right corner are, I could put it there. And that's what I did. And then I add another little pumpkin. And I think other than that, it's like some spiders. And then I add these little stars. And then I'm done. I did splatter some carved pumpkin on here in the top right and the bottom left, like she has, or they have on the sketch. And I do love how this turned out. It would be a lot of fun to do with like a photo booth or photo reel, like the 2x2 pictures. That'd be a lot of fun. You could get more than just a couple on there. But I love the way this turned out. I got to use up some brand new, to me, stash from 2010. And I got to use some super old, to me, stash from 2006, 8, and 10, and 11. So that makes me feel good. And I got another memory documented and just put Trick or Treat on here because I thought that was perfect. And that is it. I would love it if you go check out all the other people hopping along with Follow a Sketch February. I would also love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layout. And I hope you'll come back and hang out with me. Thank you for sticking around. Hope you have a great day. Hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping!